Hello, welcome back to the reading of the poem of the Man God, written by Maria Valtorta, Volume 4. Chapter 424, Part 1. At Caesarea on the sea, the Roman ladies and the slave, Galla Ciprina. 1st May 1946. Jesus is a guest of the rope maker's humble family. Their house is low with a saltish smell, close as it is to seawater. At the rear, there are some smelly storehouses where goods are unloaded before they are collected by the various buyers. At the front, there is a dusty road, furrowed by heavy wheels, very noisy because dockers, urchins, carters, and seamen come and go incessantly. Beyond the street, there is a little dockyard with dirty water soiled by the rubble thrown into it, and by its own stagnation. From the dockyard, a canal flows into the actual port, capable of taking large ships. On the western side, there is a large, sandy square where ropes are made with squeaking, twisting winches worked by hand. On the eastern side, there is another little square, much smaller but more noisy and untidy, where men and women are patching up nets and sails. And beyond lie low hovels with a saltish smell, crowded with half-naked children. One certainly cannot say that Jesus has chosen a magnificent abode. Flies, dust, bustle, the smell of stagnant water, the stink of hemp, steeped before being used, reign there, and the King of Kings, lying with his apostles on heaps of coarse hemp, tired as he is, falls asleep in that poor environment, partly a lumber room, partly a storeroom, which is at the rear of the little house, and from which, through a door as black as tar, one can enter the kitchen, which is also black, and through a worm-eaten door corroded by dust and salt, so that it looks whitish-gray like pumice stone. One comes out into the square where ropes are being made, and from which comes the stench of steeped hemp. The sun is blazing down on the square, notwithstanding that there are 4 huge plane trees, 2 at each end of the rectangular square, under which are the winches to twist the hemp. I do not know whether I am giving the implement the right name. The men, wearing tunics reduced to the bare essential for decency, running with sweat, as if they were under a shower, keep turning their winches with continuous motion, as if they were galley slaves. They speak only to say the words indispensable to their work. Thus, without the squeaking of the winch wheels and the creaking of the hemp stretched and twisting, there is no other noise in the square. A strange contrast with the din in the other places around the house of the rope maker. Thus, the exclamation of one of the workers is most surprising, as it is uttered unexpectedly. What? Women? At this awful time of the day? Look, they are coming here. They may be in need of ropes to tie their husbands, says a young rope maker jokingly. They may need some hemp for some work. It is unlikely that they need ours, which is so coarse, when they can get it combed. Ours is cheaper. See, they are poor. But they are not Jewesses. See, their mantles are different. Perhaps they are not Jewesses. There are all races in Caesarea now. Perhaps they are looking for the rabbi. They may be ill. See how they are all covered, even in this heat? Provided they are not lepers. Poverty, yes, but leprosy, no. I do not want it. Not even to be resigned to God, says the rope maker, whom everybody obeys. But did you not hear the master? We must accept everything God sends us. But leprosy is not sent by God. It is sent by sins, vices, contagion. The women are now behind them, not behind those who are speaking and are at the very end of the square, but behind those who are on the side near the house, thus the first to be met. And one of them bends to say something to one of the rope makers, who turns round astonished and remains like a blockhead. Let us go and listen to them, covered like that. With all the children I have, leprosy would be the last straw, says the owner, who has stopped turning his winch and goes towards the women. His companions follow him. Simon, This woman wants something, but she speaks a foreign language. Since you have traveled, listen to her, says the man to whom the woman had spoken. What do you want? Asks the rope maker rudely, trying to see her through the dark-eyed byssus which covers her face. And in the purest Greek, the woman replies, the king of Israel, the master. Ah, I see. But are you lepers? No. Who can assure me? He can. Ask him. The man hesitates. He then says, well, I will make an act of faith and God will protect me. I am going to call him. Stay where you are. The four women do not move. A grayish, silent group, looked at with amazement and evident fear by the rope makers, who have gathered together a few steps apart. The man goes into the storeroom and touches Jesus, who is sleeping. Master, come out. They are looking for you. Jesus wakes and gets up immediately, asking, who? Who knows? Some Greek woman. They are all covered. They say that they are not lepers and that you can assure me. I will come at once, says Jesus, tying his sandals, which he had taken off, and buttoning the top part of his tunic near his neck, and putting on the belt, which he had taken off to be more free in his sleep. And he goes out with the rope maker. The women make the gesture of starting towards them. Stay where you are, I tell you. I do not want you to walk where my children are playing. I want him to say first that you are healthy. The women stop. Jesus joins them. The tallest one, not the one who previously spoke Greek, says a word in a low voice. Jesus addresses the rope maker. Simon, you need not worry. The women are healthy, and I have to listen to them in peace. May I go into the house? No. The old woman is there, and she is more curious and chatty than a magpie. Go over there to the end, under the shed of the vats. There is also a little room. You will be alone there, and in peace. This has been a reading from the poem of the Man God, written by Maria Valtorta, Volume 4, Chapter 424, Part 1. At Caesarea on the sea, the Roman ladies and the slave Galla Ciprina. Thank you for listening. I will see you tomorrow. May God bless you, and may peace be with you.